let's declutter our life, our environment, so that we can have time to have conversations with God.
To love what they're doing is beautiful,
Yes.
but do not become it.
And for everything that we acquire and bring in, we have to maintain. That is where it takes up our spiritual clutter comes in.
There's something that I do naturally, it comes out of me.
Yes.
I will do it.
We start chasing, and we don't know where to stop. Do you know the money that we make can be a clutter?
God put one thing in us, put another in you.
Yes.
God has something for you through them.
If you ask me, what I got from decluttering was gratitude.
Hello everybody, thank you again for joining us today on the new episode. And luckily, I am not here by myself today. I am with this gorgeous, beautiful woman, and she's going to introduce herself. Of course, we are going to have an amazing conversation about decluttering. I know you might want to know what decluttering is, so stay tuned. Let her introduce herself first. Sister Ify?
Yes.
Welcome to How True Is Your Truth podcast.
It's amazing to be here, Jennifer.
So glad to have you.
I've always admired what you're doing, the impact this podcast is giving to me personally. I've really benefited from this podcast. Those times you put out those things. I listen and it's just very realistic.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm honored. Thank you for having me.
I usually enjoy when you give me those feedback. You have given me so much ideas, Jennifer, about this. We have even sit and catch up and talk about, a lot of stuff just comes out of this podcast, and that's so beautiful.
And it's just the little things, but it's the everyday things, the things that we'll struggle with. It's so impactful. Well done.
Thank you, sis.
I'm proud of you.
Well, I'm proud of you too. I love your work, but I would like also to tell yourself what you do,
Yeah, my name is Ify. I'm a makeup artist. I'm a mom. I love God. He's brought me so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I think
beautiful.
So I do a lot of things. I was once a fashion designer.
Were you?
I know you don't know that part of me.
No wonder. No wonder, sister. I've always loved your style. You're always unique.
I know that a lot of people don't know that part of me, but yes.
My, I love it.
Yeah, it was something I did for full time.
Wow.
But
beautiful.
As life goes on, life priority changes. Yes.
Okay, the fashion designer job, that was before you were married, or?
Yeah, before I had kids.
Okay, before you had kids.
Was
it here in Australia or
back home?
In Nigeria.
Yeah, in Nigeria. It was going very well.
Yeah.
I really loved it. It was something that I loved doing.
Yeah.
I love doing makeup, but if anyone had told me that I will come and do makeup one day,
you won't believe it.
I won't believe it. I've stayed awake 24 hours sewing, making clothes.
Really? So you know how to make clothes as well?
And I had this cousin that visited me in Lagos. She woke up, she slept, we were chatting, she slept, and she woke up, and in the morning she saw me making clothes. She says, sis, if anybody tells me that you'll be a fashion designer, I wouldn't believe it. He said, I see you as a makeup artist.
Oh.
And that was years, never ever. I never thought I would ever walk on anyone's face.
Anyone's face.
Yes. I just used to love looking good for myself, because it was just something that just lifts my spirit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just a place that it's a therapy for me. So I just do it just because for me, and I love it. It lifts my spirit once I just wake up. Some days I plan that I'm not going to just do anything. I just want to have a shower. Then I'll just say, I just need to apply my powder and put, And at the end of the day, I just come out looking
good and different.
Looking normal. Like, for me now, it's normal. Because over time, I've just come to realize that it's what you make it. I personalize what, so Even when the world comes crashing down, sometimes I find that it's not like finding time, it's part of me now.
It's part of you. It's
not to impress anyone,
but just for you.
It's just a part of what I love. It's part of my personality.
It's beautiful. Because I think you have at least identified.
Yes.
It's like one of maybe your strength or something that truly gives you, like, it's not something you need to look on the outside.
Yeah.
Something that within you, and you just do it willingly, joyfully.
Yes.
And you enjoy it.
Of course.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So, I'm so glad that we are going to be speaking. It's like we even started speaking a lot before we get to the topic.
that part didn't.
And this is what we does every single day.
Anytime we catch up,
we go. Even if we sit for 2 hours, it's never enough.
Yes. You realize, that is when we're rushing home.
Oh, like, I know.
We spent so much time. Oh God, it's nice being as in knowing you.
Oh, it's been nice too.
Jennifer.
We have shared a lot, and I'm so glad that we're sharing this moment now and space to have this beautiful conversation about decluttering and how it paves a way to our healing, personal healing.
Yes. It's an amazing topic. Thank God for using your platform, using you to choose this topic. Because decluttering is a healing process for everyone. We all need decluttering, spiritually, physical space, and mentally. Because
when we had this conversation the other day, you brought in about how decluttering for you, it wasn't just on the physical. And truly, most of us will believe that decluttering is just about physical.
Clean space.
Yes. But sometimes, when we continue that conversation, we said sometimes when even we are doing that decluttering or cleaning on the space, it's the reflection of what is inside. So we are trying to create space inside, but we think it's on the outside. Sis, tell us more about that.
I would say decluttering saved my life. A lot of times as human beings, we take in more than we can handle.
Okay.
We all need to know ourselves. Decluttering is removing things to create clarity.
To create clarity.
It can be removing things from your physical space for you to enjoy your space. And at the same time, it can be removing things in your emotions to create better clarity, like feeling. For example, unforgiveness is part of what we need to declutter.
The garbage we keep inside our hearts,
of us,
inside our temples, because our body are holy temples.
Yes, unforgiveness is something that most of us Christians, we don't realize that unforgiveness, you're not doing that person a favor. Whatever. Sometimes we need to declutter our past to be able to move forward.
Please talk about that more. Our past experiences, trauma.
I'm living it till date. There was a time I was stuck in my past. Yeah, and it's still not like, we're all a work in progress in saying this, because sometimes we hold on to things that we need to let go of. As in, it's just like carrying a bag of potato, and some of the potatoes will start rotting, but we're still holding on to it. We have to declutter our space. We have to declutter our emotions, and we always have to declutter spiritually as children of God. I think if you experience a clean space with less clutter, just imagine a clean space. Why is it that when we go to holidays, my kids call it holiday house.
Yeah, the holiday house, they're so clean.
Yes,
and we love them.
We love them. We see the bed, the room. We have beds in our house.
Yes.
We have room. But what makes the difference in the space that we now, which is the hotel room, our stay, is the clutter we keep, the things we stock in our house, takes over our space. Do you know we can make our room, our home look like that same holiday house? It might not be practical, but the truth is that we can reduce and enjoy space.
Wow.
So that's how, so think about a clean space. Having your emotions clean like that. Having your spirituality clean like that. That is where you can
organized.
Hear. That is where you can sense. You know, the Holy Spirit talks to all of us, speaks to all of us. But when we are cluttered, we don't even know the voice to hear.
We cannot differentiate.
We can't differentiate the voice that is right, because you just have when we have a lot going on in our minds. So even when God is saying or speaking to us, there's so much noise. Okay, so now someone is playing music in this background and another person is trying to tell you something quietly. You might be in the same space, but you won't hear what the person is saying. That's how the Holy Spirit and our mind is sometimes spiritually. We need to declutter the things that make us not really listen or hear the voice of God.
I love how you brought in the example of the Holy Spirit when He tries to communicate to us. Because yes, it's true. He communicates with us, with all of us. Even before we accept Jesus, He still speaks.
Yes.
Guiding us to show us the way.
Yes. All of us, He lives in all of us.
But
yes,
we are completely filled up with non-essential stuff.
Yes. Distractions from the worldly things. That's why the emotional decluttering is important. Distraction from so many things that we can do without. But sometimes, in saying this, we're human. Sometimes we take more than we can chew.
You've spoken about this statement.
Yes. We take more than we can chew. We need to understand ourselves. Sister Jennifer.
That's the important part.
Yeah, you need to know yourself.
You think that
I need to know myself. My capacity is different from yours.
Thank you.
God has given us and blessed us with different capacities.
So the reason we take more than we can chew, we take more than we can keep, is because we think that everything is for us.
It's for us.
We do not clearly understand who we are, and we do not know what our capacity is.
We don't understand ourselves. We don't know the capacity that we can handle. We just take on everything that comes our way and we stock it up. This is where clutter comes in our lives emotionally, physically. This is how clutter comes in spiritually.
See how I'm changing position. This has entered.
But that. So it's something that we all have to just, from time to time, let's have a meeting with ourselves and say, do I really need this? Over time, I have come to learn that I can enjoy what other people have, not even bringing it into my space. I am enjoying this presence, speaking with you, speaking about decluttering, because God has blessed you with a capacity that I am not handling. But still, we can make impact by enjoying it. You can still enjoy it. I don't need to own it. I can enjoy what God has deposited in you.
Thank you.
So, but when I want to own it, I want to do it. I want to make sure that it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. I can do it. I can do it all. I can do it. It's not like you cannot do it, but I know my capacity. And that doesn't mean that I am not given the capacity to grow in other areas or different areas or in this area. But I will work twice as hard and stress myself
for nothing.
For nothing. Stress myself
for nothing.
In fact, I will be so unhappy even trying to get it. Because God has not given.
It's not yours.
It's not the capacity God has given me.
Given you.
At this time. And sometimes it could even be that God is preparing you for something better in a different way.
In a different way. Because
Yes.
remember, we all
Yes.
have something better
Oh,
for
yes.
us. Because we are all on assignment here.
On earth, we are all on assignment. Sister Jennifer, I think the thing is, we just need to understand our capacity. If we understand our capacity, we will be so happy with what we have.
Self-awareness.
There will be less clutter in our life. We'll still make the mistake because we're human. Sometimes we'll still fall short. We gather the things that we don't need. But once you realize that, you get that feeling that, do I really need this? Once you start questioning yourself and start asking yourself questions that you can't really answer, let go of it. Let go. Let's let go. So decluttering is a healing process.
It's a healing process.
Yes. Decluttering helped me so much. There was a time I will still consider myself someone that likes shopping. Yeah, but there was a time I
think men of us, especially.
Yeah, women. Oh, yes, we can all relate. You know, there was a time I just will want to just get everything or anything that looks nice.
And do you know, most of the time when we do shopping, actually, if you check my shopping cart, there's some of different apps in the shopping cart. I have like thousands.
I said, we're living in the most beautiful generation. I'm not going to say anything because now it's just a click click your phone, you order. Everything comes to your doorstep. You don't have to move an inch. Within a minute. So the abundance that we're living in abundance, a time of abundance, and this abundance has stripped off the healing of gratitude, the healing of amazement of the little things that we have, you know. So now we just keep wanting. You know, we just keep wanting. Even the Bible says that we shouldn't even take more than we can chew.
I know.
Just because the truth is that
I just love this statement. For some reasons, I need to write it. We should not take more than what you can chew. It's true.
Sis, it's where we trust God less. That is where we start. Let me actually say Matthew 6, verse 19. Yeah. He says we shouldn't stock up our treasures here on earth. Yes. So if we start getting everything that we see that looks nice. I like this dress on you. It looks beautiful. You know? It's just a matter of time. Our closet will overflow. Is it not what we're talking about?
That's it.
From, my room is, the room that you go to, you just need a bed to sleep. Over time becomes, it's too full. It's too full. I need a bigger room. I need a bigger house. It's not what we need.
I need a bigger car. But that same car is still doing same route from home to school to work. But you see,
decluttering, if I must say anything that every one of us need to get from here is that it creates a sense of clarity for us and inner peace. Decluttering. Try to declutter just your kitchen drawer. Just take away things that you think
you no longer use.
No longer
need.
And you know that thing will be a blessing to someone. Someone has prayed for it. What's the excess that we have that we keep, we hoard? It's someone's answered prayers. It is someone, even if you don't hand it over to the person, donating it in the closest
areas or suburbs
of the area, the closest charity shops?
Charity shops, these op shops and we have like Venice and Red Cross.
Just dropping it off there. Do you know that someone is praying, is in a season of life at that time, that is praying to get a baby cot or praying to get baby clothes, that don't have the money to go and purchase a full price baby cot? And by you just moving those things away, you have blessed someone.
Oh my God.
And you have blessed, you enjoy, you look at your space, you enjoy your space. Yeah, some people might ask, what if I need it later? That is where it's very important that sometimes take away some things. I practice it. I'm not perfect. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
But every time in my house, I have a bag. Is it that these big bags that they call Ghana must go, or box, whatever that works for you? I just put things. I throw things there. I have one that now that is just, I'm filling
ready
up.
to go.
I throw things there. I keep it. I just keep it up in one of the wardrobes where I just throw things. One thing I realized, Sister Jennifer, is that those clothes I'm saying, maybe I will need, maybe I will use, maybe. Do you know that?
I am speaking to me. Sometimes I keep clothes. I say, I need to lose weight until when I get here so I can get back.
That's fantasy self. We all live in it. Our dream self. But do you know what?
Is it greedy?
No. It's just our emotional attachment to stuff.
Emotional attachment. But emotional attachment,
yes.
Is this also being selfish? We have some elements of selfish.
But remember that we as human beings are naturally selfish.
You're naturally selfish.
Yes. So we have to work twice as hard to learn generosity.
Because honestly, I'm just as even when I'm talking, I'm just honestly still asking myself, why would I keep that dress? I'm waiting until I lose weight and get back to that dress.
That's the Holy Spirit nudging you, and He will not let you. He will not give you freedom.
I will answer the call.
It will not give up on you. And sometimes even look around you, maybe that dress. Sometimes it will be a new dress. Maybe that dress, there's someone God wants. You've purchased it for someone.
Yeah.
God have used you to purchase it for someone.
And I think the moment you let go, another thing comes in.
Another thing comes.
We do not create space for ourselves. Sis, I love how you're saying that this is creating space, for abundance. And as you let go, something comes in.
Inner peace. It creates clarity and inner peace. Do you know that the truth is that everyone has something in excess that they can give? All of us. All of us. Sometimes it's not close. Some of us will even have, we have more than enough talent that we can use to teach. We can use to, be a blessing to other people. Yes, God has given us.
God has given
everyone some things that we just need to declutter. Because when you now hoard it, or when I keep hoarding and hoarding, it's over. As in, our life becomes a mess.
It's a mess.
We become very cluttered. You don't know which one to use.
You don't
know everywhere.
So, sis, I think I'm just one of the pure example of this. You know how sometimes you think, or maybe you're a quick learner.
Yes.
I'll say myself, I think one of those people. I'm a quick learner.
Oh, good.
And I think I used to have impatience, in me. Like I used to be impatient.
Okay.
So if I get into a situation, I love problem solving. It's just natural in me. I love problem solving.
Oh, you should come and teach me.
I don't know.
But you're not
It's a natural thing.
So are you?
That's what makes me impatient.
That's what makes you impatient.
So
when you now meet people that are not quick learners.
Learners. Actually, I'm impatient with myself.
Okay.
I am very tolerant with other people. Very.
So what you're trying to say now is that you want to learn something quickly.
That's it. Not only quickly. If a situation happens to me, anyway, that was just because you just mentioned about knowing ourselves, because we do not know our capacities. We are not self-aware.
Yes.
So when we are self-aware, you get to understand we have some strengths, we have some weaknesses.
Yes.
We have things that are good, are working for our best and not for our best.
Yes.
So for me, what I came to realize, what actually was even delaying me, even in my growth process, my personal growth, I didn't understand fully myself. So when I see a problem comes in, Sister Ife, I don't want to stay in a problem for more than an hour.
Too long.
I just want to find it
quickly.
Shortcut. Not even shortcut, but you
just want it to.
I just want it to happen. But the problem was I was working all those things in a physical aspect.
Okay.
I completely wasn't on the spiritual perspective.
Now that is works of the flesh.
Works of the flesh. And we are so overwhelmed and stressed and depressed because of that.
Yes, because now we are saying we can do it. I can do it. I have the capacity.
When you
so
think,
why can't I
have the capacity.
I have the capacity.
This doesn't give me problem.
So why can't I just do it?
There must be an answer. I will find the answer. I will find answer. I know how to solve problems.
We leave God out of that one. We say,
my God.
Forgetting He's the one that has given you that talent.
My sister.
Quick problem-solving talent. So sometimes we leave Him. I've been solving problems since now.
I used to say that when God brought the real problem and I put all my measures, my sister, then when you come to rest, so I know nothing in this world.
Okay.
When you come to say, oh my God, I used to think I know how to do this, so I don't know. But all that is God was actually trying to declutter. Some people like, honestly, I really wish, what I usually tell people, I say, please, there's nothing that will sweet you like being obedient to God. If you're trying to make yourself, the way, please, I wish that you never walk the road that I walk through. Please. I keep saying this because if God tried to help you declutter your life, you'll cry.
Yes. He prunes us.
He does.
He does. He uses decluttering. You can relate it to pruning. God will use, sometimes He will tell us, I'm finished with you in this phase. So for us, our emotions is not finished with that thing.
We're still holding.
We're still holding on to it. So we keep dragging that thing that God is finished with us.
Yeah.
This is a true example of sometimes our past.
Yeah.
We keep holding on to it. We keep going back and forth. And in doing that, we get worn out. We feel stagnant. This is where we start feeling stagnant. Because we're not looking at the present. We're not looking at, I think maybe it is gone. Sometimes the grace for that thing is over.
It's over. It's a new season.
It's a new season. So we need to declutter and move on. We need a clean space. And sometimes when we even in that clean space, sometimes God wants us to just sit with Him in that clean space.
That's it.
Empty.
Oh my God.
Clear space.
Now what you are saying exactly. We cannot understand about what you're speaking right now of different season, how we transit from one season to another without having the Spirit of God.
No. A lot of us.
Depression, anxiety, fear, everything that is overwhelming is just because we have lost that connection.
Yes.
We are walking with our power. We are leaning on our own understanding. We forget that our understanding, knowledge, everything that we have is limited.
Is limited. No matter how problem-solving skill that you have, there will still be a problem that you cannot solve. In this world, we are limited. We are limited. We'll continue to be limited. God will give us answers when He chooses. When we do our research, do all those things that we do, and we get successful in things, sometimes we really think it's us.
No.
The truth is that over time, it stops amazing us. I remember when I started this makeup job, I will pray. I say, Holy Spirit, you've got my hands. Walk through my hands. Because I used to just do it on myself. I never did it on people.
Yeah.
When I got to the season that this door opened for me to start, I knew I needed God.
Yeah.
I knew how I depended on Him.
To walk you through, to guide you. My sister,
do you know the other day, I was just on my own. I was just waiting for another section. I sat on my table, I was just saying, let this person come. I need to do this, I need to do that. Do you know the Holy Spirit reminded me, say, what happened to the days you used to tell me before someone comes, this moment that you're using to stress yourself out, to say, I want to go there.
Now you think you know more. You think you're already experienced enough. Man, that's a shame because I do it too. Oh my God.
We're all guilty.
Oh my God.
We're
Honestly, God
all
help
guilty.
us.
And that day I just went on my couch. I just sat down. I say, this is why I love God. I love the way He
reminds us.
He reminds us.
He brings us to,
This is why I love the Holy Spirit, because men, sometimes we even talk to you, you just laugh. I say, really? There was a time, once upon a time, I know how much I would sit and before I start anything, I miss those days. I tell him, you've got my hands, walk with me, walk through me, this person I'm going to meet. Those days, I was amazed at every job I do. If I finish, I'm like, God, thank you. I can't believe you can walk through me like this. As in, just not me being amazed, just seeing the smile on everyone that steps
in your room.
That just steps out of that chair and just says, oh, thank you. This is beautiful. Remember that this is not just giving me, it gives me internal joy. To just see how someone can be happy, seeing themselves and just saying thank you after they've paid. Saying thank you. Oh, I can't believe this is me. Oh, I'm like, when they step out, it's a different kind of feeling for me.
Different.
I sit down and I just say, sometimes I say, I'm amazed. What happened to that amazement? A few days ago, it's still a spirit that is working through me.
That is working, yeah.
You know how God is so generous with our gifts sometimes that we tend to forget Him.
Yeah, true.
We get carried away.
We think now we know enough.
Now we get impatient.
Yes.
Yes.
If something goes wrong, why? I did everything. I put all these settings right. Why didn't work? Why didn't appear? Why did you do this?
Yes.
Now
so that is why sometimes we need to declutter ourselves, our mind, our thoughts. And the truth is that we're going to keep decluttering as long as we want to have a happy and as in that clarity and peace that God has given to us. God did not call us in this world to be busy. There is no place in the Bible that He said be busy. He said be fruitful.
Oh.
So this thing that He has given, anything that He has given you, the impact that you're going to make with it, it might be one, but be fruitful.
That means we need to bear fruits. Good fruit.
Through what you have been given. So that's why we have to know, once we understand our capacity to be fruitful, not be busy. We fall into this trap, even me, now, every time. But the grace of God that still pulls us back and still reminds us. That's why we always pray that He never leaves us. Hey,
we need to understand our capacity to be fruitful.
Yes.
Not to be busy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because fruitfulness.
What a revelation.
Yes. Fruitfulness in our lives is not because we're busy. We can do one thing, and that thing, maybe it might just be one particular thing that we do. The capacity we have is one thing, and we nurture it. We work with it. We work every day with it, knowing that this is our capacity. From that one, it will build another one.
But we need to see the result of one.
From one to the next. From one. Some of us are good at scattering and everything grows. Yes. We'll just do this, do that, do that. If that is the capacity you have, you will know.
You will know.
If you're the one that God wants you to sit on His feet for some time,
you will sit.
He will make you sit. God has brought me in the place of a season of my life that I was sitting on His feet. He decluttered me.
Wow.
To the point that there was nothing. There was nothing, no distraction than to sit on His feet.
Wow.
It took a season. That was even the season that this makeup job came up. Because I used to do it before. I'll just do it, without, I was doing so many things, sis. There was a season of my life that I was doing everything.
Everything.
Hey, everything.
Oh,
Like where we're coming from, what we understand by
hustle.
Hustle. We like hustle.
We like hustle.
Oh.
We make even life hustle, even when the life is not hustle.
Thank you.
Honestly.
And sometimes it's not like we shouldn't hustle. God is not saying that we shouldn't hustle.
Yeah.
If you check the way Jesus
definition
lived,
we have given the hustle is different.
Hey.
As you're saying again, we are not even hustling towards our capacity. We are hustling so we can get to that stage because our neighbor is already on that level.
Oh, yes.
We are hustling because if this way
I can do it.
My sister is dressing, I need to do this, I can get also to this level.
I've come to this place. Jennifer has this thing. I can have it.
I can have it. So I need to go and do extra and get here.
Now I just need to go and just set up a studio. What is that? Setting up a studio?
Yeah.
And just call people and talk.
Yeah, talk.
I can do it. Another one, we see another thing again, or we read about another thing. Oh, God has blessed us in our generation with so much information.
So much information.
That's why I'm saying, I keep saying that this generation we're blessed.
We are blessed.
Abundant. That same abundance is what is going to, if we don't declutter.
If we do not declutter.
That same
if we do not become self-aware.
If we do, thank you for correcting me. If we do not become self-aware.
Because it is only when we are self-aware of ourselves, it's when we understand our capacity, sis. I loved this one, sis, because it's true.
Yes.
We chew more than I wrote it. We take more than we can chew.
Yes.
Because we don't know what we can even chew.
Yes.
Before even the process of chewing, we don't know what we can chew.
We just keep gathering. We hoard, we gather, we keep. What if? What if? What if? I read a quote the other time that they said, where we fear the most, the area we fear the most is where we trust God the less.
Yeah, true.
Because it means if I'm so scared that if I give out this phone, I will not get another phone. It means I'm not giving room for God to do something more. Or, for example, I'm just saying, I have one phone. Just saying I have 2 phones or 3 phones. I'm just keeping one and say, it's old. I've got a newer version. Say it's old. I don't want to give it out. Maybe I will use it. Maybe someone will need it. Maybe there are so many people that will need it. Even if people in your immediate family doesn't need it. And another thing is that when you're giving out some of these things, we have to look at the environment that we live in and pray about it and know that God is going to direct us to someone where to channel that gift, because it's definitely going to be a blessing to someone. And if you look around you and you don't see where you can put that gift, it means you might just go. That's why we have the charity shops and other things. And we have our community. Look around our community, maybe church community, you know. We could just, donate to those things. And God can use that channel to bless someone that you don't know. Someone that you don't know, but that person has been trusting God for that thing.
I know some other people, especially back home where we are coming from.
Yeah.
I have this question that just came into my mind right now because it happens back home because of our beliefs and how we behave and our attitudes towards life generally. There's some other people, when you give to them something, they bring that attitude, so you think we do not have, so you think we cannot wear.
I can relate
we
to
cannot afford.
I know what you're saying.
If you come from Africa, our people.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But I think, correct me if I'm wrong, or if you need to add something.
Okay.
What I want to tell that person who is thinking just like the way that thought came in that, because it has also happened to me in the past,
It
back
happens.
home. It happens.
Yeah.
Even other people,
even here,
they use clothes actually. Unfortunately, they use that what you have given them as a help wholeheartedly.
Yes.
They channel it to another.
So other means
that they know.
Oh yes.
But what I found that it worked for me. What I do is, instead of giving direct to people,
yes,
because to avoid that misunderstanding of, do you think
Do you
I do
think
not
I'm
have,
hungry,
I cannot,
or
do you
I
think I'm
can't
hungry,
afford?
I cannot afford.
Yeah.
What I do is you start spoke again about these charities. There are so many
Yes.
houses of
Yes.
the orphans and
Yes.
widows. There's so many now. We are blessed to even have those areas of where you can go, where nobody knows you,
No one knows you.
where nobody will ask you.
Yes.
What you need to do, take yourself, take whatever you have, whatever you have.
You don't need anymore. Yes.
You don't need anymore. Take it to those people, and then give out. Nobody will come. Don't even say anything. If you do not want to present yourself, you can even send someone. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You put a bag, we call people. We have these people, Okada, we call them.
Oh, yes.
Back home, we call them Boda Boda. We have those people. Call that person.
Yeah.
Give Okada that to your staff.
Mm-hmm.
Take to. Just send as a message.
Yes. And
Your job is done. They don't need to know you.
Yes, that's why we have to look for the charity shops. We have to look for community where they don't know us.
Yeah.
If you think you cannot give to people or you don't want to, that's even what we have here.
Yeah.
Yes, because here, back home, we have that luxury of maybe people will come and take things from you. But where we are, fortunately, abundance is so much. So if you just keep buying and you don't give away, it's just a matter of time. We become anxious. Our space is filled up. We are not enjoying our space again. So we can create a healing environment by just taking out those things.
So actually, that brought me to this question I was coming to ask you about. How can we design an environment, that supports our clarity in our well-being and general well-being, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
So creating that environment that will give us clarity and inner peace. Physically, first, I will advise that the God that we serve is not a confused God. He needs clear space. So at the end of the day, physical visual clutters distracts us.
Yeah.
The moment we have everything everywhere, we cannot focus.
That's true.
People don't understand. Even me, I didn't understand this. When I started the season of my life, I told you that God pruned me and decluttered a lot in my life. We went from 4-bedroom, we downsized to 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
It wasn't because we wanted 2-bedroom. It was just because we're relocating. So when we relocated, the stress I went through, the punishment, it was like a punishment I went through, taking out the things I bought with my own money.
And you still love them.
Do you know at the end of the day, those things that I took out, I couldn't take them to the dump completely myself. I had to keep them in front of the house because it was time for us to travel. Our bond was taken. So in saying that, we just acquire things that we don't need. So at the end of the day, I came from 4-bedroom, we went to 2-bedroom. For 1 year, I stayed in 2-bedroom. I only used 2-bedroom. Everything was okay. My life was complete.
Okay.
I was so happy. That season of my life, I still look at it, I'm like, there was this clarity. There was this clarity, Jennifer.
So
because
that means
all I have was what I needed.
That means it's not even our material possession that brings us happiness.
All the things I had at that time was exactly the things I needed. So material things cannot complete us. As much as we, as human beings, will still fall into the trap from time to time, it's still very important and necessary for us to look inwards and just evaluate and just let go of the things that we don't need. As in auditing, that's what we call it.
Auditing and evaluation. These things are just captured from you now.
Yes.
I think it's very important that we audit our life, environment, and everything in our lives. Emotions.
We have to audit our emotions. There are sometimes we just keep wanting people that don't want us.
Oh, thank you for saying that. That made me
Yes.
cry for many years in my life.
Yes, there are some relationships, there are some friendships,
There are
there are
none
some
needed.
that's the boat has sailed.
Oh,
The
what?
grace in that friendship is gone.
It's gone.
I can no longer tolerate you because the grace for the relationship
It's
is
gone. Since you need to teach us about the power of letting go.
So, because it's the same you that I could tolerate and see every time, and talk and be vulnerable with you. But it gets to a point that maybe you can't tolerate me, I can't tolerate.
The grace is gone.
The grace is gone. It's different, don't get me wrong. It's different when it's a temporal thing, because friendships or relationship, people might be going through stress at a time or phase of life. But you know that will always come back. After that phase of life, you know, you can be going through stress. I can be going through, relationship can go through stress. At the same time. Relationship can go through stress, that, you know, but that stress will not stop it. After a while, even if I get irritated by you or because I'm going through stress, after a while in my relationship, maybe it will only be for that season. We'll sort out ourselves and we'll move on and even come back better. That's even what happens in relationship, in marriage.
Relationship, that's true.
Yes. So you will see that they'll still come back together. But there are some relationships that we emotionally attach ourselves to, that the grace of God, the season of that friendship or that relationship is past, is gone. But we hold on to it.
I'm starting to see this decluttering.
Decluttering emotionally.
Emotional
declutter. Yes. That is emotional declutter. Sometimes we just attach ourselves to things that are no longer there.
Oh my God.
We don't have the capacity anymore to handle that friendship. Or that time we're holding on to it, that friendship is causing us pain. Or, you know, things that would naturally would never happen in that friendship or in that relationship is starting to happen, or is just constantly happening. But we keep saying, you know what, that person has been, you know, I cannot. We make excuses. We give ourselves 1,000,001 excuses. Why? If the grace of God is still in that relationship, in that friendship,
there must be fruits. As I say, we are not to be busy or not to be occupied.
You cannot be working hard endlessly trying to make that relationship work and it still
doesn't work.
You're giving it time, you've given it patience, which is a part of the fruit of our spirit. You've given it kindness. You've given it gentleness. You've given it love, because I can be going through my stuff and you're being patient with me. Being kind to me, because I say, I know my friend.
We have allowed ourselves to suffer with you. But yet it's no.
I will suffer with you, I will do, but even at that, even give everything, my sister. So years and years and years and years, people will give emotionally. We need to declutter emotionally too.
Amazing.
Just check your capacity. Do I still have it in me? What does this bring? How long have I been going through this? You know, emotionally.
And I think the most maybe important question would be, how does this relationship or this activity I'm engaging myself in, or whatever I want to do, how is it aligning me to my core purpose?
To my purpose. Thank you. Yes. Because you know that we all have different seasons of life. You might be in your own season of waiting, and I might be in my own season of receiving. So that season of life,
or giving.
Thank you. We all have different seasons of life, guys. So at the end of the day, there is a season that God is making us wait. One person is in a season of waiting. And in that waiting season, it doesn't mean that you lock yourself out and say, I will not talk to Jennifer again, because Jennifer is in a season of fulfilling her purpose. In that season of wait, there's something God is using you to do. God is using me in my season of wait. Why He's using you in the same next season that you are. So in our season of waiting, what I often see that happens in our lives as Christians is that when our season of waiting, it's happening, waiting in any area of life, sometimes we lock ourselves and throw ourselves a pity party.
Yeah.
And that is what the devil wants.
Yes.
I went from that phase at a point in my life of saying, oh, emotional clutter again. Holding on to, oh, I should have done this, I didn't do this. Then I went from there.
Maybe God is punishing me.
God.
That's the first thing we say.
Yes. After a while, that's the time you start seeing everybody flourishing.
Yeah.
Because the devil will now bring to your face, oh.
Can you see now?
Can you see these people are moving? If you open social media
that
time.
They are very fast. About that, I usually speak this with
If you're in your waiting season of something, if you open social media, God help you. Hey.
So I have spoken this season.
You will be the one to see that area that you are waiting.
In fact, since we are speaking about this decluttering, this reminds me, I did such thing last year. You know how sometimes you get into a phase and there were lots of, I felt like it was being competitive and I couldn't understand. I have one thing in my life that I hate. One thing is that I really don't like being like anyone else. I just don't know why, for some reasons. I'm this one that gives. But you know what? I give ideas if I have.
Okay.
And I have many people, friends that will speak and share ideas. Because when I'm just very open.
Okay.
So when people share ideas with me, I feel like I can do it this way, like I can build it. You can just bring it in this perspective, but I want to put it in a different perspective. But what I realized was happening is what I'm sharing, it's just happening everywhere.
Okay.
And I started saying, okay, why is it bothering me? So I have one thing. There's some things that when they start bothering you, there's a problem. But now this is only when you are walking with Christ. Because the clarity you spoke about, you get clarity of who you are.
Yeah.
By that time last year, I've gone through my journey of self-awareness. So I'm completely aware of what is going on. Yes. There are few things that I allow to bother me. There are things I don't allow. But that particular one started bothering me. Like, it just automatically, it started bothering me. And I had to check around. I say, what is happening?
Why are you worried?
Why am I worried? This thing I'm doing, I know it didn't come from me. I believe this I'm given by God. So, and I just say to myself, you spoke about having meeting with ourselves. I had meeting with myself.
Yes,
I write down, when did this start? I went back to that notepad. I checked down, what did I write there? Why is it happening now? Okay. So, even if other people, I'm thinking that they are doing same thing that they're doing, I am doing, I still need to remain focused. So now, because I still see that, but I think this is the same idea I have.
Yeah.
Should I change? I don't need to change because I believe that this idea did not just come from me, I was given.
Yes.
What I did in trying to find how can I bring clarity and focus to remain to who I am so I do not fall to what
everyone is doing.
So I do not fall to what this person is doing. You know what I did? I've spoken about this. I just went on my phone.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just unfollow everyone
yes.
that I thought was standing on that lane. I took that moment. I also look on my feed. What do I see
yes.
on my feed? I unfollowed so many people that I was even following. Their content doesn't feed me, doesn't add any value to me, doesn't do anything. And then I followed. Remember, when you take out something, I replaced with the people that are building me.
Yes.
The people that I can learn from. The people that I am admiring their work. Not only work, there are people I follow on Instagram only for them to be a reminder to me to work. Like, there are people I admire their hard working.
Yes.
There are people I admire their consistency. So there are people I'm just following only them to be my reminder to be consistent.
Yes.
Only to be a reminder to work on my assignment. So
on your purpose.
On my purpose. You need to have a reason why you even making that friendship.
And you can tailor it to what suits you.
To what suits you. You don't have to be same this because we are all in different assignments. Yes. I pity people. Trust me, I pity people when I see them trying to be this, trying to do this.
It is a pandemic.
It's a pandemic.
In
Thank you
our
for saying that.
It is a pandemic. We are not fully there. Me and you that is speaking. There's still see, a lot has been created in this world that we cannot take away from looking at what has been created for us to recreate from it. So just saying, in saying this now, when I started decluttering my life, when I realized that there was something happening in that season of life for me, I started seeing things like decluttering movies.
Oh!
I knew about Maria Kondo
on
Netflix. Unfortunately, I went to church. A pastor talked about how this documentary on Netflix about decluttering.
Now you see the way God works. I love God. He says
He's very mindful of us.
This is what he said. When you call, these are the things we don't even know. You were seeking clarity. You were looking for it, and there it came. You start seeing movies about.
I just, for no reason, I went to church. I listened to, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I listened to this sermon again. I realized that this guy was talking of a documentary that talked about letting go of what you have. And if you feel emotionally attached to that thing, he said, there is a documentary on Netflix. How this, is it Japanese? Yeah, Maria Kondo will let go of what, go to families. She was using it to help people. It became a blessing to a lot of people's lives.
I need to find that on Netflix.
Oh yes. She will say, this thing has served you. Embrace it. Say thank you to that item. Say thank you to it. If you want, take a picture of it and keep it on your phone, but give it out. You have to say, like, if it's so, it means that, because sometimes we hold on to things based on emotional attachment, based on, oh, my mom passed it on, or my dad, and we know we've never used it.
Yeah.
We feel like we're never going to, we've been carrying that thing on from 10 years and passing it on. So at the end of the day, say, embrace and say, thank you for serving me. This thing has served me. Yeah. Now, let me give it to someone that it will serve. Because it's not doing anything again for me by sitting on that shelf or by just being in that wardrobe, not serving me anymore. Maybe God is saying it's time for that thing to serve someone else. And when you do it, there's a liberation that comes from it. Freedom, happiness, inner joy. If we want to tell ourselves the truth as Christians, the more generous we are, the happier we are.
The happier we are.
We're not doing it for people, we're doing it for ourselves. That's how forgiveness is.
Amazing.
That's how forgiveness is. When we declutter inside, outside. If I declutter, anytime I declutter, I find out that when things are piling up, maybe in my kitchen area, in my drawer, any day I just declutter, because I don't do decluttering and I start from room. I know. I start from the surfaces I can see. I just do 5 minutes. I just say, okay, I just pick out kitchen drawer. Sometimes it's the kids' drawer, the kids' paper, a lot of paperwork. I just pick and chuck in the bin, the trash bin, the ones that will not be had. When I see that space clear, there's a joy it gives. Just those little 5 minutes, picking up and just throwing, picking up and putting in that the bag that I keep for donation. I just keep it away from my sight. And you know what? I feel when I start seeing that clear space, that's how our heart is. When we forgive people.
This is powerful.
When we let go, people are definitely going to annoy the living daylight out of us.
They will never stop.
Keep happening.
It will never stop.
It's going to be a continue. That's why I say decluttering is a continuing process for every one of us if we want to have that inner peace and clarity.
And long life.
And long life.
Anger, resentment will kill you. Anger and resentment, my dear sister and brothers, is not for the person that wronged you.
That person is busy living their best life.
They're busy living their life.
Their best life. Sometimes they didn't even know that they've annoyed you. They've moved on.
That's it. The fun part is they're not even aware.
Sometimes we just put ourselves in people's heads.
In people's head.
We say, this person has wronged me on purpose.
On purpose.
I will not forgive.
My sister, those people,
we add it to the one that we already have.
Those people, they don't know what peace is. They don't know what forgiveness is. They don't know what even purpose is. Talk less of you who are. If someone come and say,
that's why sometimes I say, that's forgiveness, that letting go is just for us. We're doing it for us. We're doing it for ourselves, you know. Regardless, material possession, we're doing it for ourselves when we give. Do you know that God did not create us to come and gather everything in this world?
Because not everything is for us.
Even some things that is using you to achieve. He did not say achieve it and keep it.
Mba. See,
he did not say he did not say it's a man. He did not say achieve it and just keep it to yourself. Sometimes he's saying, hey, Sister Jennifer, you have this platform now. You're going to use it to bless the world.
My sister, is not yours. I had this conversation with someone. I said, me, I'm even afraid. The things that God gives you. In fact, there's one I think in a Bible verse. I'm not sure which Bible verse. It say, the more you are given, the more is expected from you.
Yes. Okay, to whom much is
given.
To
whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
Don't think that everything that God is giving you is for you.
No.
If you have that vision or that mindset of this is mine, it's not yours. Yes. It's never ours.
There's one preacher I really enjoy listening to, Joyce Meyer. There's something she said once, one of her sermons. She said that when God called her to ministry, God told her, the amount of people blessing I'm going to give you, that's still the amount of people that you are most likely to offend. Wow. So if I call you for this blessing, so just be mindful that this amount of people will be, the amount of capacity God gives us, the amount of capacity we need to ask for Him to use us to be a blessing. That's what it is in essence. At the end of the day, it's just, so we have to be mindful. Self-awareness is very important. It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It's a never-ending journey for as long as we live. That's what I believe.
Yeah, it is a journey.
Because we keep growing.
Self-auditing is a journey.
Self-auditing.
Knowing when to let go is something that we need. Even the kids that we have, that God has blessed us with, as we steward them, there are sometimes we need to just
step back.
Our parents did that for us sometimes.
Yes, so they're still not yet.
Yes.
So if parents are listening to this too, we need to know that we are also parents.
Yes, we're parents.
We need to understand there's a moment we need to let go.
Yeah. There's
Trust
a moment.
God with our children, with their lives, and bless them continue.
Them. Yes. There's a moment, a season that God will just say, okay, you've been grooming this child, you've been telling this child, do this, do that. Today, don't talk.
Don't talk.
Just keep quiet and watch this child. Even that mistake that child is going to make, I got her, I got him.
Wow.
She's going to learn. Yes, we made mistakes. And sometimes God even brings us to know Him through the mistakes.
Of course. I believe that.
Yes. And if the grace of God is upon our children, we pray for them every day. In their mistakes, they will learn. It will make them stronger. Yeah. Yes, we're not
God
praying.
says that in the book of Proverbs, I guess.
Yes.
He said, those that He loves, He corrects.
He corrects. I have that. Yes.
And it just said that just like the Father delights in the Son.
True. That was the verse that says that that the person that does not yield to correction is a fool.
True.
Yeah. So the truth is that we've corrected them, correct them. Yeah. So when they now get to the point that they are living their life and they are settled, we want to still be.
We still want to be there.
We still want to
wake a phone call, know how everything that they are doing a plan. Sometimes we just need to trust
Sometimes we are
God.
mad that they are not telling us.
They're not telling us. That's one thing I prayed in my life, honestly, that I know I'm a parent. I don't know how to be. I'm
But we've been praying for them. We say we've been praying for them.
That is it. I really pray that I do not have that attachment of wanting to know everything
it's
about
part of
my
decluttering.
children. It has to be.
There's a season of life that we need to declutter ourselves to. We need to declutter, create that space.
And I didn't know it started. This is just a very powerful, different revelation to me right now.
Parts that
I didn't
we will not let go.
think that this goes even beyond, that it takes us whole far. So it's almost every aspect of our life.
You know what? Every day God tells me, like every time I say, once I gather those baggage, every time that I see, I like, I buy. I see, I like, I keep. I see, sometimes I look at I have a red box and a wardrobe. Once my clothes overspills over that red box and the closet, I know that there's a problem. And right now, as I speak to you, it's beginning to overflow. I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's a problem. Because it's there for a reason. Because what happens is that after a while, that room won't be enough. Those clothes will not, my walk-in closet won't take it anymore. My clothes will start transferring into my room. What's that saying? My room is supposed to be a place for rest.
I think me too, after I finish here.
We're all guilty. Trust me.
I finish, I need to walk. I need to walk to my room. Oh my God. My mind is already in my room now.
I know what you're thinking.
I can see everywhere.
Trust me. You begin to scan through.
God.
So decluttering is different from organization.
Yeah.
If we don't know, let's know.
Organizing or whatever, it's different.
It's totally, they are two different things. So when you go on social media, you see organized stuff.
The pantry.
With labels, with all black or, then I go to Dollar and say, I get all those containers and I say, today I'm going to organize my pantry to be like this.
Why are you speaking to me today so much? I just followed one account. Wait, 3 days ago.
I'm speaking to her, I'm speaking to myself.
I followed one account just because of organizing. I love the way she organized the house and I was like, no. So thank you for telling me.
So don't
it's
get
not
it
about
wrong.
Organizing.
Decluttering is different from organizing. So you find out that you go and buy all those containers and put everything. Then you realize that you still have one big bag of spices or different things that has not fit in. You say, okay, let me rush to the shop and go and buy.
That reminds me.
Let me go and buy another one and put. Or sometimes container will say, let's put. Then you're mad. By the time you're finished, you're like, I've put in all these containers and I still have some left. I have to go. So now we're not decluttering. We're bringing in things from the shop. The shop is actually, you're helping them store their things. Then before you know, you say, all my things cannot fit in this. This house is too small.
I need to move.
We don't need a big house.
No, thank you for telling me this.
We don't need a big house most times.
No, I can't believe the whole Spirit is using you right now.
Sometimes we don't need what we think.
Thank
Decluttering.
You. Because you know what? This account I'm just telling you right now. Let's just use a vivid example right now. This account I'm just telling you honestly, I admired. This person is a chef. She does cooking.
Yes.
She has those big pantry and all that stuff.
Different colors of
colors and the pots and everything.
Red, green.
So thank you for telling me because I just realized right now, I don't need, because that doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve my purpose. She is doing it because it's serving her purpose. Again, we are coming back there.
Yes. This is her craft. That is her craft. That is her business. That is her purpose. So she can invest in having that colors, that much color of cutlery, pot or containers, because this is her business. This is her craft. So that creative space, I will now go and copy it. What does makeup have to do with me buying different colors of pots now? And What I need
Now
is...
I know why I need what I will follow on that page. It's only the food, because I steal lots of recipes. That's all.
You learn the recipe.
But I don't need anything.
There's something for you in it. That's what we're saying. In those things that God has gifted to that person, there is something in it for us in it. But the truth is that most times we look at the wrong things.
Thank you.
We just gravitate towards the wrong things. So now I'm supposed to go there and look at, maybe I want to cook one special and I've seen it on that page. Now I have to go and buy pots. I have to go and organize my kitchen like that person.
I want my house to look exactly like hers. Even me, I don't even host to know.
Thank you.
In my house.
That's why you must self-awareness. It's important.
So self-awareness is a big journey.
Yes, it's a big journey.
Honestly, thank you for telling me.
Yes.
Spoke about all of sense.
We've all done that.
I've scanned myself. The reason I decided to follow that page was just to keep it in my feed. So it reminds me when I need to go and get
Once you go to Godola and you know what you're looking for, you just go and bring in more.
I don't need it anymore. Now I know I should stick and remain to only recipes. That's what I need.
So the truth is that we might need, from time to time, you might want to organize your space.
Yes.
So in process of organizing, what am I using? There are some spices. I opened my kitchen pantry today. There are some, I just went to buy extra. Mind of scarcity.
There was a period I was obsessed with tea.
Thank you.
And not just tea. Imagine different tea bags. I have herbal teas. I have teas of this flavor. I have this. That's session for nothing.
That's a season of life. Be compassionate.
Enemy taking you your money for nothing.
Just be compassionate to yourself. Yes. And know that there's a season of life. And in that, you're learning. Because after you've gone through that season of buying all the teas. And ended up maybe after some months, they ended up in the bin. Or you never use them. You've learned something from it. If you're someone that is self-aware. So you must just take it as a learning process. Yes, it will not happen again if you're someone that is self-aware.
That's true.
You will say, I've made this mistake. Next time, if that pantry, you see another person and you're obsessed with pot, you say, you know what, I just like this person's kitchen. I love it for you. It's just beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Enjoy the view.
Enjoy the view.
Yeah. Learn what you need to learn. Yeah. From what
not everything you see is good. You think you want it.
You need to bring into the house and pack them all up and say, it takes out. We end up not utilizing what we have.
What I laugh about, or maybe what I've enjoyed the most in this conversation right here, is every day. I keep saying that this self-awareness journey, my sister,
it's in every area.
It's just in every area. So me too, as we're speaking here, I'm still reflecting. So it needs a great awareness to really remain focused to your purpose and to your life assignment.
Consistency on reminding
I saw someone's house, so I loved it. It's beautiful.
Yes.
But I need to enjoy it and be happy for that person.
Yes.
And understand that is not my own.
Yes.
And I don't need to make that house my own.
Yes.
I can enjoy.
But I should know what
I love.
It serves that person's purpose.
Serve that person's purpose.
Does it serve my purpose?
It doesn't.
I'll ask myself
if I organize that kitchen,
if I even want to pick up something from ideas from that house, it might just be, maybe it's the kitchen that will serve me. Or maybe it's the bedroom. Maybe one part of, maybe I'm someone that, but it's not like I just want it because that person has it. No.
So we follow things with the wrong motive.
That is why sometimes I tell people, I just don't like trend. I like style.
Thank you so much.
I like style.
I hate trends. I just hate them.
Trend can come, you add it, tweak, just twist it, do one or two things to
style it. Styling, that means you perfect
unique. It's just like what you say about you.
Way.
Your own, make it yours.
Make it yours.
I like style. I would never, as you see me, I would never go and say, oh, because this thing is raining or this thing is trending. That's the word. Yeah. So right now, I will have to do it because, yes, I've done that. I've been there. I've done that when I was less aware of what's my, my personal needs were. Yes. But now, I will never maybe go and buy one thing because it's expensive and it doesn't serve any purpose for me. I love the conversation with you that you people had about that. Yeah, your previous podcast.
Yeah.
Really.
Would love it.
I was just nodding my head. I was like, speak, sis.
It was amazing.
It was beautiful. It all falls into that self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Because if you're aware that I can look beautiful, I can look good, just tailoring my life to what suits me. That is where contentment comes into.
That is it.
We have to declutter and unlearn all those things that we have been told by culture, by society, by social media. These platforms are good, but use them to
use them.
Like let's look at social media like a tool that will help us in the areas that God has called us to be a blessing.
Yeah. I tell people, I don't know for other people, social media is for me, honestly. Even if you open my page, I have the people. I know when I want something, I know where to go. In fact, I have known my weaknesses.
Yes.
So anytime I'm seeing myself that, my weaknesses are taking over, I know where to go.
Yes.
So in those pages, I go and get upliftment.
From the page.
From those people. So if we use social media like that, I know when I know even cleaning products, even recipes as cooking, I don't need to stress my head. God bless those people.
Oh God.
I don't need to. This time around, they make me as even people.
And I realized
because of social media.
And another thing that causes this clutter and hoarding is still our background, where we're coming from.
Not wanting to let go of our past.
Yes, our past. The spirit of scarcity.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just feel like, let me hoard it just in case I need it for another next month, next year, 10 years from now.
That's the spirit of scarcity. That's true.
That's the spirit of scarcity.
That's why, Jennifer, we keep clothes for 2 years, wanting to lose weight. Trust me.
Trust me, when that season comes, if you know you're not going to use that thing in the next 6 months, I tell people, if you look at the cost of that thing and see that it's something that I can still acquire just without when I need it. My sister, let go.
Let go.
6 months, you're keeping something. 1 year, you're keeping. Yes, I've told myself, I've been very compassionate with myself. Like, I say, okay, you can keep it for 3 months, max 6 months. If this thing does not move out of this house in the next 6 months.
And you do not use it within this period.
And I don't use it. Do you know, I don't remember about it when I take it out.
I know.
When you just put it in that donation box or whatever, for that 6 months, you don't even your
remember.
Life is not tailored around it. You never go back for it. You never remember that you kept something somewhere. It's not yours anymore.
Oh my God.
It means that we don't need it. We're just keeping it. It's occupying space physically. It's causing us physical, mental clutter. And for everything that we acquire and bring in, we have to maintain. So that is where it takes up our spiritual clutter comes in. Clean up. We start cleaning up. We start looking for clothes, 100,
yeah.
That we start,
Imagine we are saying we don't have clothes.
We want to go to church now because this thing is full. Closet is full. In the morning, I want to dress up. We need to save time to spend with God, right? Even if we're not even telling him anything, sometimes we just need to listen. Sometimes we just need to study. Sometimes we need me time. Because this is where God really grows us. We meditate, But physical clutter, we have a lot to clean up when we have too much.
That's true.
We wash, our washing goes over the top because we have too much.
Too much.
To fold it becomes a problem. To hang it becomes a problem. space that is taking, we're taking 2 hours to organize something that will take 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Before you know, at the end of the day, my day off is no longer my day off.
It's no longer day off.
Where do I remember God that day? At the end of the day, I'm tired.
No.
I'm sleeping, I'm on my bed, I'm now talking to God, instead of me to know that it's a two-way communication that I have with God. I'm supposed to make out that day off is supposed to not just be my day off, but it's supposed to be my me time with God too. But because I'm busy now organizing the abundant blessing God has given me, I've bought a lot. I'm keeping them for 10 years. Maybe next year,
I will lose weight.
I will lose weight. Maybe if I don't use it, my children will grow up and use it.
Scarcity.
That's the mind of scarcity. My mom did that to her. She would keep stuff. She said, and there was an only girl. She said, when you grow up, you use it.
You use this one.
I'll just be looking.
That's what I'm saying. Our past experiences. That's what we do now back home. We keep it, and I don't know how to keep it. This time
I bought this George. You know how much I bought it? He said, when you grow up,
you use it.
You use it.
And true. And
I'm not even interested.
And they even keep them so good, they look like new.
She does not even use them. She will say, when you grow, I bought it for you. She bought some things for me when I was younger. I had not even gone to my husband's house. She said, I bought it for you when you're going to your husband's house.
When you have children.
When you have children, when you're going to your husband's house. So this is where our clutter has come from. Our hoarding attitude, mindset has come from. So now letting go of things becomes very difficult. You know, letting go is just beyond letting go of what's it called? Physical
possessions.
Physical
material.
possession. Yeah, material is letting go of one another. If someone has hurt us so much, sometimes it's good for us to know when to remove ourselves from his space.
Actually, I think one thing, even the people that are hurting us, they're also part of the purpose. I always just say, remember how Judas did with Jesus.
Yes.
Judas has to be there for that man to go to the cross. That act has to happen for us to be saved.
Yes.
So just know that me and you, same thing will happen.
Imagine how Jesus knew that one of those his disciples, he knew,
and he still
were going to betray him. But he
still
treated everybody. He still washed their feet. He still
loved them.
He told them that one of you will betray me. That is why every day, you know, when we talk as Christians, we say, but we're not Jesus. But every day we should strive and we should ask God to remind us to not just through the Holy Spirit, that we should always remember that our role model is Jesus. Christ. Even when we don't feel like doing something, let's be gracious to ourselves and know that, okay, I can be angry and just hold resentment for a while. That doesn't mean that I don't get angry. But when it's right, just keep praying. I just keep praying. Let me go of this anger. Let me forgive. Let me move on, because your son did more. Yes, the one that that has chosen me did more. He did more for me. Even when I didn't know him, when I was just busy living my life, thinking that everything is in my power, he was still watching me. His grace was still guiding me. His grace was still guiding. When I look back to those days, it's not like, even when I look back to when I'm stressed and when I just lose it, I still say, how do you stay? How do you just keep?
How?
You just hang in there, right?
Imagine.
You don't give up. He will always have his will.
All in check, honestly. Saving us from the troubles we never even knew that they were troubles.
Sometimes we even put ourselves in the trouble.
We do.
We know.
And not only put, it's better to put. We look for trouble. We know how to look for trouble, my sister.
Oh my God.
We look for God those troubles. We want them to happen, and God is like, please. You can't stand
our flesh. The moment we start knowing that this war is not external, is within us. So that decluttering is, we declutter those emotions, declutter our feelings, declutter resentment. We can't do it by our power, Sister Jennifer.
No.
Not. So that's why when we're going through those feelings, remember that he was flesh before he became spirit. He was mad at the fig tree when he was hungry, you know. So we should know that he went through this feeling. Just the way we have this conversation, let's declutter our life, our environment, so that we can have time to have conversations with God.
Since we have had such an amazing conversations,
thank you for having me.
I felt like we are.
It's
I felt like in our normal zone. This is how it felt. I don't know how this is, but it felt like our.
I don't know how we're doing it, but see now, we've forgotten
in
that.
our very normal zone, this is how we sit and speak and chat, and
we just talk
and
about
time is still not enough for us. But sis, I want just to mention about the few things I just realized about this topic we spoke about, decluttering. Honestly, I never knew this. I never knew it goes beyond to this extent. But I think for me, I don't know for viewers and listeners what they will take from here, but I think what I've taken from these conversations, we spoke about the capacity. That capacity that we need to identify, to know that the capacity for our assignment, not capacity for anything else. So whether it's emotions, you can choose to have emotions. Are they helping you to go to your assignment? The answer you choose. If they're helping you, well, fine and go, keep them. If they're not, let go. Same as physical environment, possessions. Physical includes the friends you mentioned about those friends. You spoke beautifully about the grace. If the grace in that friendship is gone, let go.
Yes.
My sister, I never knew that the grace has to be there also in a friendship to work.
Oh, yes.
This is powerful. So it's also all lies one to our purpose and life assignment that we have called. Everything has to align us. If they are not, like that's the, I wanted to ask you, what is where should we check ourselves up? What can we have to check up? Well, just that means anything is not aligning us to our purpose.
Thank you. I just check my house and I see that I'm spending more time cleaning up my clothes, my wardrobe than I used to. I'm spending more time when it comes to dress up, I'm so confused. That means there's something. Because that time I can channel it into coming to spend time to hear, or I can channel it into
investing in your gift that God has given you.
Thank you.
Or spend that time finding what is your real gift if you haven't understood it.
And you know that even when it comes to another area that if we want to go into that area, finances, that we feel like we need all the money in the world. And because of that, we lose ourselves and we become emotionally cluttered, mentally cluttered. There's a season for everything. There's a time for everything. So there's a time that we are to walk. There's a time to rest. Yes. There's a time that God will call us. We need to make this amount, make work, yes. And those season is with us. It's just like as a mom, when the season of having kids, sometimes toddlers, they're running around. You don't have that quiet time.
No.
Doesn't mean that God does not see us.
It is.
Yes. We don't have the luxury of quiet time. Imagine when kids, you're still carrying them, they don't go to school. I have luxury of quiet time now because my kids can go to school. Yeah, they can go to school. But there was a few years ago that they wake up. In fact, they wake me up. Yeah. Yes, they wake me up. So that's how it is. Sometimes we start chasing, and we don't know where to stop. Do you know the money that we make can be a clutter? Yes, people will say, don't go there.
Now, making money, the money itself is not an issue. The energy you're putting to earning that money, that means you might need to add extra job.
We need to add extra job.
You need extra something.
Yes.
You have to go and handle different peoples and in that workplace. That those people, you didn't need them in that season of your life.
Yes.
You come home now, you have family, you are raising children. your aim is to get more finance, maybe to get what you saw trending, or maybe what you saw on social media.
What's on social media,
or
to have that standard of life that live up to, that's where we're saying, what is my purpose? If I'm self-aware, I will know that what I need, God has given me the capacity to work for what I need, what to keep and what to give. So it has to be proportional. So as I earn, I can keep some. What will meet my need? What I can give. I must let out of what I already. I must let go of some things that God has given me. Because that's hoarding too. We're not saying now that you're going to let out, they are going to be giving. Imagine everything. You earn, you are now working for people. Because that is where we do. No. Your capacity, work in your capacity, that in that capacity, I have what to keep, what to use, and what to give. I always tell people, the purpose I pray every time for my life is having a balance. Balance. Because I've come to realize that just too much of everything is part of the clutter.
It is.
Too much of everything.
If
I like holiday, I like, and I go every time, it takes away the joy of just being still too, sometimes. Because I'm constantly, when I'm planning one, my mind is, that anxiety, that joy comes in. I'm like, hey, I'm going here. So I start working more. I start wanting to do more. I start wanting to, if I go there, sis.
Because we put ourselves front. We believe that we are in power.
We're
in power of tomorrow.
Yes.
We're in power of the future.
Yes.
In power. We're in power of what will happen.
Yes.
We're in power of everything.
And we're so blessed in this era of abundance that we can choose to work. There's so many means to make money. So we can just get drowned in it and get carried away and forget that we need balance.
Just like how I see some other people on social media, they have taken away by this content creation.
Yes.
People abuse the people.
Yes.
People do lots of stuff that are so harming emotionally, spiritually, just because they want to earn money.
Yeah.
If you get overcarried, again, as I said, you never know what the purpose of that person is. What if the purpose is like Judas, to send the man to the cross? So, if you keep yourself, that in this book of Proverbs, he told us that we should not be, we shouldn't be joyful with the people, the wickedest, their evil ways.
Yes.
And even if they get something, even if we see that they are achieving, we shouldn't be happy with those. The wicked is the wicked. Sis, as I said again, I've learned that we need balance. Balance in everything that we've given. In understanding our capacity.
Yes.
Capacity to carry what we have been given to us, not what other people have.
Is that self-awareness that gives us that insight. Because not until we're self-aware that we will not be thinking that I need this, I need that, I need that. Yes, they are good influence. There are some things that I will see from you and say, come and teach me, or I need to know how you did this. But once it gets out of total control of everything I see, I need, or 80% of what I see, I need.
That's why the self-audit you spoke about.
Yes. That's where we'll have to self-audit. Sit with ourselves.
Tell ourselves, do I really need it?
Think about what you're thinking.
What was my goal? Am I still pursuing this
sometimes.
goal, or am I okay in my way of trying to reach this goal? How am I going?
Am I pursuing another Jennifer's purpose?
Or
I'm pursuing my purpose? Because I can like you so much, just that this time that we live in, and say, influencers. I can like you so much and I start living your life and forget that I have a purpose. I need to like you. I need to see the things, the blessings, and the area that I need to like. I'm not supposed to live your life.
Just like I said, that some people, even if they were doing things that they might be relating, but I love their consistency.
Yes.
When I see them, I'm reminded of their consistency.
That's healthy
That's healthy.
Yeah, that's
I
healthy.
love how they are, keep they keep their words. To love what they're doing is beautiful, but do not become it. I don't believe that. Me, honestly. In fact, even if I have idea in my mind, I want to do it. If I see someone else doing it, I know God has already put someone. So this one, God has already given this to that person.
And there's beauty in just being unique. It's no matter of fame. It's not whether it doesn't matter if everybody likes what you're doing or that area of life or what you have chosen to do.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. There's just beauty in just tailoring life, your purpose to you.
Yeah, true.
Because that's when you shine. That's when you shine the most.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's when you find fulfillment the most.
Fulfillment. That part, that particular word, fulfillment.
Yes.
When I came to see, there was a moment, when I told myself, now I need to be on social medias. I need to be posting.
Oh, now, social media platform.
One thing is, me and social medias is just, in fact, is nothing that is not in me.
No, you're trying. You're better than me. Eh?
I don't have the capacity.
You're very good. Trust me.
I force myself.
You are better. You are better than me. That area. Hey.
So even other people, they'll be like, Jennifer, you need to be active on social media. You need to be posting.
Oh yes.
I tried it.
Oh.
But you know what?
You're very good now.
No, I was exhausted. Now you know what I do. I tell myself.
Sometimes.
Self-auditing. I look and say, Jennifer, you have 3 children. You're a wife. I need to spend time with my husband. I need to spend time with my children. I need quality time with myself. I need time with my God.
Yes.
I need time to create all these things.
Yes.
I need time to learn these skills.
This skill well.
How many things will I do? I told myself, you know what? There's something that I do naturally. It comes out of me.
Yes.
I will do it. These ones that I have to go and start creating posts on Canva and try, and this takes some time and write and edit and
you want to do it all.
I say, you know what, Jennifer? I will just do it in my own way, in my own time. Sometimes when I go and see people and like even unfollowing, I'm like, why did you even follow in the first place? Sometimes I wish to put, if honestly on that page, I wish to put a note like, do not follow if you think this doesn't serve you.
You have something like that?
I wish to put something that says, do not
in your
follow.
mind, you're saying,
That's what I wish. When I see people, I'm like, please.
Oh God.
That's what I say. If you think you don't need it, do not follow. Because I'm happy to have 5 followers, but people that we are all growing. I don't want to work with people that are only come here to watch. I don't want it. I want you to come if you are learn something. In fact, I want to learn from you too. This is what I say. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want to learn from you. Me, I don't want someone to have a follow. I want someone to tell me, say, Jennifer, you know what? I think this can work best.
Yes.
I want someone to challenge my ideas.
Yes.
That is how we grow.
Yes, that's how we grow.
Because you know what? God put one thing in us, put another in you. So people that are surrounding you, this is what I believe.
Yes.
God has something for you through them.
Very
so
correct.
I want the word, please, when you come close to me,
yes,
I wish you really show me what God has put you for me. That's what I want. I want our relationship to be like that.
Yes, because we tap into each other. Yeah.
So when I see people, there was a period, I'm telling you, I think like, I don't know, when I started those social medias, how many years ago, I was really obsessed. I want followers, you know. If I see someone I'm following, so I want to be posting.
Everywhere.
Now, I no longer even look at that.
I was at the face of my life then. That was when I said before the point of decluttering, God started with pruning and decluttering. I had a different social media page that I used to have. I was very active, Facebook and all of that. But when I got to that season of life, more than half, I stopped social media completely. There was clarity, there was peace. And when it was a season for me, don't get me wrong, there's a season for everything.
Yeah, for everything.
Yes. When it was a season for me to go back to start because of business. In fact, it was business that actually now made me
brought you back to social medias.
You know, I I started gradually. I'm still working on it because sometimes I just want to do my job and forget the social media aspect. The truth is that I had to go back to it, and it's still, social media, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But we have to just check
Be
within
conscious.
ourselves and know, do we have the self-awareness to handle the things?
The things that
if we don't have at the time, I didn't have the self-awareness. I checked out. I left so many people that I was following. Like I unfollowed a lot of people. I stopped using the platform because anytime I go on the platform, I realize that why was I even, when I go back to those pages or I see some things from those pages that I used to follow, I'm like, how did I even cope? What is here to learn? Why? So I'm just watching someone that is ranting and talking and complaining and talking about one person, that is living their life.
What about this life of celebrities? Me asking myself, what am I even watching these Kardashians doing in my life? Honestly, their life is beautiful, but it's their own. I'm not even close to their line.
I'm like,
their
really?
purpose is different. What am I learning? Is it their style? I cannot even wear those styles. What is it?
You see, I tell myself, what did I do? As in, what was I gaining from years of just following this person and watching this person and listening to what this person says? And one thing I have come to realize with the Holy Spirit is that after a while, when you declutter, when He declutters, when God, when He's done with decluttering us, spiritually, mentally, the moment we see those things that we used to do, we will not be so moved. We will not be interested.
Never.
There are some things now that before used to interest me. Now, it will not interest me. It's not fun. Even when I just want to indulge in it, I just realize that it's not fun.
It's not. It's no longer fun.
It's no longer fun. There's no desire for it anymore.
There's nothing.
So that's the beauty of God. That's the beauty of God. God works. He heals us.
He heals.
He takes us one step at a time.
And that's why they said the healing doesn't come from the outside.
No.
It's from
the inside.
In fact, everything, not only healing.
Yes.
Our behaviors,
our mind,
our attitudes, everything that we do on the outside is a reflection of what is inside.
Yes.
Man, I never knew that this topic.
Yes, it's really broad.
Powerful and broad like this.
And one thing in saying that, just in case, in conclusion, if you ask me what I got from decluttering when I entered that season of my life was gratitude. Decluttering gave birth to gratitude in my life, in my own journey. Yeah, some people it can be different, but when I started decluttering over time, several times, I had space. I started appreciating the little things. I started appreciating everything that was around me. It was like I was a newborn. Like the sun I used to see before I never saw as something became meaningful to me. The air that I feel on my body became meaningful to me.
I know.
Just the breath, just feeling my breath.
It became something to you.
It was so worthwhile to me to feel, I started observing that I could feel my breath go in and out.
In and out.
It became
get
meaningful.
Up and standing.
Became meaningful to me.
That's true.
The little things that I used to complain about. In fact, a lot of times we complain so much about this, that, our children, our this one. Waking up in the morning, my child coming to wake me up on bed became meaningful to me. Unlike me previously.
Complaining, why did you
wake me up?
Why are you guys making noise?
So now,
this is the same thing. When I look at my children, you know what I say? I say, God, thank you for they have strength to run, to jump.
They just...
I tell people about my house, honestly.
Yeah.
This house, I say it's a space for my children.
Yes.
I will not stop them. Look, I want to be neat and clean.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean that my children will not have their way.
Yes.
We are living in an environment where children cannot have their way outside.
They can't play in the room.
That we grew up in back home.
Yes.
You know? So why not? In the name, I don't want this to break. I don't want this. Look at even this paper.
That's what that's what we acquire. We becomes an idol. You know? The truth is that's the sense of that. We now buy things. It strips off our joy. We now say, oh, we want to hold it. We want to keep it for 10 years.
10 years.
It must
Maintain
not break
it.
because I bought it so amount.
Nobody should come closer. Since I don't want that life.
No, it strips off.
Gratitude.
So now, if you now have one thing, you're so grateful. Don't get me wrong. There's some morning that my daughter will rush to my bed and just jump, and I'm like, hey, I want to sleep in, okay? I just give her a kiss and say, okay, go and play with your sister. Shut the door for me. Mommy wants to sleep. And we go. And she goes. She knows that mommy wants to sleep now. You know, unlike before. So everything, decluttering gives birth to gratitude. So it's our lack of gratitude. We do not even see what we have. That's so true. The truth is that the small things that you now have, or the things that you allow into your space, becomes very meaningful to you. When you declutter the mind, the few things that is in your mind, you're very mindful. That is where mindful living comes in. That is where appreciation, gratitude comes in. So decluttering gives birth for gratitude. By the time you've decluttered unforgiveness, the few people that are around you, you know, you appreciate them, or your friends. The few that you have, you appreciate them. You don't need to have a bunch full. No. Like, you don't need to. You just, the people that come around you, you see them more. They become meaningful to you because now you have decluttered the things that are not necessary. So you begin to enjoy people. You begin to enjoy personal space. My husband will tell you, when I started my decluttering journey, minimalist journey and all of that, my sister, I would just see my husband. It was like I just got married to him.
Today.
Because everything was I had the things. I left the things that wasn't serving me. So just decluttering is just leaving the things that don't serve. Yeah. You know, we know ourselves. We know what serves, what gives us joy. When we hoard things and that can serve someone else,
they will not give us joy.
No, they will not bring joy. They just take away from us. They take our time, they take our space, and they take our mental load. It's just, you know, it becomes...
Now, one thing that still came into my mind right now, we fail to have gratitude, to be grateful for what we have, because we do not know their meaning. Yeah. And I think for us to see the meaning, we need to open ourselves. Again, we go back to self-awareness.
Self-awareness, yeah.
There are people we take for granted.
Yes.
Me, there's so many this year.
Yes.
God has taught me so many things. Yes. And has been working me so much about my character.
Me too.
The character sometimes can make us not to appreciate the people we have in our lives. Around us. The character brings us to, I do things in my way. I do things this way. And you know what? I tell God, I say, God, thank you that you are God. Yes. Honestly, thank you.
Thank you for that conviction.
In fact, thank you.
That correction. You know, He corrects people that He loves.
Corrects that He loves. And the moment I see that, even if it's painful, when I remember that He is correcting me only because He loves me.
And that's why we now pray for the grace to obey that correction.
To obey the correction.
Yes. Because sometimes He will correct us, and sometimes we still go in our own way. So for you to be seen, and like I am guilty of that too, that, you know, sometimes there are some people God has blessed us with. If you just look back, you just see there.
Telling you.
This person has been there.
I'm telling you.
This person has been there. When I had time for them, they were there. When I didn't have time for them, when I didn't talk to them, they were there. You know, they've just been there.
They've just been there. No complaints.
No complaints.
No
asking. They just accept you.
No, they just accept you as you are.
Anytime. Anytime you come, they are not there. So sometimes we take those people for granted.
Granted.
Yes. So gratitude makes the little things that we have look more. There is this normal saying that we all say no. We all say less is more. Yeah. Less is indeed more. You know, if we're allowed to enjoy the good things that God has given us in this life, but at the same time, let's know when to let go. Yes, because when we let go, we're more appreciative. Gratitude, that is what gives birth to gratitude.
Decluttering gives birth to gratitude.
Yes, yeah, because
gratitude comes from self-awareness.
Yes, it comes
from... You cannot value what you do not know.
Very true.
You cannot value what you do not know.
You said it all. Yeah. What we don't know, what we can never value it. Yeah. That's true.
And the most, quite unfortunate, the most thing that we do not value, that the things that are aligning us or helping us to get to our purpose, the things that are meant for us.
Yes.
And we want to force ourselves to the things that do not belong to us.
Belong to us. And we see ourselves working extra hard.
Extra hard.
Because it doesn't come naturally. I have to work twice as hard now to get it.
Because it's not yours.
It's not mine. So it becomes strive, works of the flesh.
Works of the flesh. What a blessing to have you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to, this is just the
healing I didn't know I needed.
The hints in this topic concerning this healing that comes with gratitude and decluttering. Imagine. And it's not something that is a one-off thing. It's a continuous thing that we have to practice. And it's a thing that some days we don't have the strength to do it. So we can do the little. Remember that we're 1% better every day when we do the little we can. Decluttering your table, this table, is better than not decluttering at all and going to the bedroom to say, I want to start with the clothes. Don't start with the clothes, please. Start with the small space. You enjoy it. You find a way to maintain it constantly, every day or just know that I don't have 30 minutes. We have to be very realistic to ourselves.
True.
Some people, there was a time I had 30 minutes or a full day to declutter. But these days I can just do 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I just set, sometimes, you work better when you put an alarm. I just say, okay, while this music is playing, sometimes it could just be my time with God. I'm picking up things, throwing in. I'm listening to podcasts, I'm throwing in my bin bag. I'm like, okay, I'm taking out the clothes from the kids' drawer. I don't have time to fold it now. I'm just picking out the ones I know. It's old, they don't wear again, or I put them
outgrown.
They are outgrown. I just, okay, I'll just dump it in that donation box. I'm not going to take it today. Today I don't have 30 minutes. But tomorrow maybe I'll have a day off. I'll have a whole day. Or I might have 2 days. So I can now go and say, I want to drive to the donation. Sometimes the donation box, you just have to put it in your car because our life can be very busy.
Can be very busy. And again, I think
it gets filled up and time to now go and drop it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem. But another thing I want to remind everyone is, and people, we need to rest.
Yes.
Sometimes we need to give ourselves a good 4 hours. Maybe anytime, there's this sleep of 8 hours that is during night, but during the day, especially for us mothers that are busy doing everything.
We're always doing.
We are everywhere. Plus, we are busy trying to build businesses as well. Do all those stuff. Please, we need some rest.
It's never been more difficult to be a woman.
I'm telling you, we need some rest. Sometimes, you know what?
If I say that, the men will say, what do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, it is what it is. But you know
because now you have to build a business, you have to build yourself, you have to
build yourself.
You have to grow, you have to self-development, your children.
We are no longer in those space of where men can do everything. No. Now we need to.
Now we're partners.
We're partners. Yes. We're partners.
We're now partners. So
it's a lot.
We have to recover.
Again, that comes from valuing ourselves. This is something I even tell my husband. Yes. I say, you know what? we need to prioritize ourselves.
Very
We
true.
need to prioritize
Very
ourselves.
important.
We feel like sometimes, we have responsibilities. We have this.
It's never
we
ending.
need this. It's never finished. In fact, the more we get, the more the responsibilities increase.
That's all.
So we need to give ourselves, value ourselves too.
Declutter.
Declutter. Give ourselves time
Space
to rest. Time to enjoy our life.
Yeah. Declutter from all those go.
Go.
It's okay.
Run.
It's okay if you don't have 30 minutes every day. It's okay if you can do only 5 minutes. It's okay if you can have only one day in a week.
It's okay. If you're wishing to
go
go for a holiday, you want to go Paris, you want to go Japan.
It's okay.
If you can't afford that, go for road
camping.
trip. Go camping.
It's
go
okay.
somewhere where you
If you're someone that likes camping though.
Go find what you love. Find what is in your capacity.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.